Ah, I hate computers. Alright, let's try this again. So today, I'm going to talk about my spiritual experience that I've been going through recently. And just about the need for both sides of things. You know, it's one of those things that you hear about all the time if you're into this kind of stuff. You know, you listen to like Alan Watts. Specifically him, he's probably the one who's mentioned it the most as far as like the modern popular teachers go. But that's also could just be me having watched more of him than anybody else. I've watched a lot of Eckhart Tolle, but he's more on the love side of things. But Alan Watts was really big on interdependency and the way that you have two sides that lean against each other, you know, that support each other. And if you take one of them away, the other one falls, or, you know, vice versa, for those of you who are left-handed. But it's necessary to have periods of existential bliss, and periods of existential terror. Within this process. I assume anybody watching this is in a similar boat as I've been in recently. I've been coming out of one of the dark parts. It's sort of been building to a crux for maybe a month or so. And now I'm coming back into the light. I'm coming back into the bliss of the present moment. Seeing everything as beautiful as it is. Because for that month or so, I feel like I was cleansing some anger. Because you sort of can see what you're cleansing if you pay close enough attention to the way that you react in day-to-day situations. You tend to favor certain emotions over others. And those are the emotions that you're working out of yourself, and clearing that mental dissonance that has been dormant in you for a long time. But when I say dormant, I don't mean inactive. It's something that's always influencing you. Subconsciously. You can't necessarily see it. There are hints, but there's no particular like sign that says here it is, this is what it is, while it's subconscious. And then once it starts to come to the surface and come to the forefront of your awareness, that is when it is being cleared, and that is when you'll experience it at the most physical, palpable level. Because in order to release these emotions and release these emotional tensions, you have to work them out. It's like working out a muscle. if you spend your whole life not walking on with your left calf, for example, it will still exist in some very small manner. It won't be strong. It won't be gone either. It's still there. And it's influencing the way you walk. It's influencing the entire rest of your body and the homeostasis of muscles in that sense. But until you start to work it out, which comes with pain. You know, if you've never really exercised this calf, and all of a sudden you find yourself at, 23, 24, however old you are when you start to work it out, you're putting immense pressure on it in order to strengthen it. But also it's very weak, and so it's prone to spasms and pain and stretching and tearing and all the painful shit that comes with working out a muscle that you've never worked out before, or a very underdeveloped muscle, I should say. It's not like you never use it. Exactly, it's not like you never use it. You do use it sometimes. Occasionally your anger flares up, or occasionally your depression flares up, but if you try and forget about it and shove it to the back of your mind when it's clearly an issue, it's going to become like a underdeveloped muscle, which is used seldomly, but when it is used, you feel it. If you step wrong on a calf that you haven't really used very well, and it's supporting like 200 times more the weight than it ever really has, you're gonna feel it, So emotions work like that, I think. And so working out these emotions takes a lot of time and a lot of patience and a lot of practice. You can't just all of a sudden put all of your weight onto your left foot. You have to slowly work it into your body's processes, and as you do that, the rest of your body adjusts to that as well. And it's never really that simple. It's never just one muscle. It's muscle groups, multiple types of muscles, and they all have multiple different levels of strength. And that's how your emotions work too. There are different areas where you're stronger and different areas where you aren't, and changing one affects the other, and because they all interdepend. They all have that. It's not just two sticks together, but it's an entire bundle of sticks. But if you remove one of them, then the rest of them kind of all start to unravel and twist around and fly away. And so that's very much the spiritual process is, the same as the physical process of working out. It's a process, an ethereal process of working out and strengthening yourself. And in order to become stronger, you have to go through those periods in your life where you're weak. You have to go through the periods in your life where you're sore and tired, and you feel like you can't do it. And it's okay to feel like that. It's normal. And it's okay to give yourself time and give yourself a break, because that's practicing self-love. It's to hear your body crying out, take a break, and listening to it. It's not about overpowering yourself, and it's not about, pushing yourself to the last drop until you collapse from exhaustion. That's not the healthy way to strengthen yourself. So yeah, I guess that's it for this video. If you dig what I'm doing, let me know. Happy to post ideas, my ideas on your ideas. And if you have any topics or anything you want me to talk about, send them my way. Yeah, thanks for watching.